Hello everyone and welcome to the Frontier Stadium for our first ever esports match. It's not really, it is our first match, but I'm joined by the wonderful Sandro Sammarco. So Sandro,
hello.
So call you Sandy's okay? We know each other.
Whatever you want, Cotton, whatever you want.
All right, okay. So I'm Arthur, one of the community team, and we're going to be casting, or attempting to cast, over a 2v2 multiplayer match amongst the QA guys upstairs, right?
Yeah. They're some of our top players as well.
They are.
Pretty good players.
So I'm really excited for this. I've always liked RTS. I watch a lot of RTS, sort of even to this day. I watch it on YouTube, but matches getting played through. And I think what we're hoping to see is them utilise some tactics. Now, we have 4 players and we have 4 factions in the game, but we can only show you 3 at this moment in time.
Damn.
So there will be one of the teams, the Forces of Order, which is going to be the Stormcast Eternals. That will be Ben and Sean playing as the Stormcast Eternals, and then we're going to have Chris playing as the Uruk Kruleboyz.
Yes.
And Tom as the Nighthawks. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. Nighthawk are a little bit more fragile, but they are fast.
Cheap, fast, very swarmy.
Yeah.
And the Kruleboyz are a bit sneaky. They got good damage output. They've got some sneaky tactics and some real big monsters as well.
So I'm looking forward to see how they play through with tactics. I'm looking forward to see how they utilise the tech tree and what upgrades they go for, because that's all of this is going to be key to victory here.
Yeah.
And we'll try our very best to. I'll try my very best using spectator mode to steer around the map, and I will ask you some questions. And we'll do our very best to explain the mechanics of what they're doing at the time they're doing it, so we get a good overview of how to play a multiplayer game. So I guess without further ado, we should get into the game. Any predictions? Who do you think is going to win?
You know what? I don't know.
You don't know?
No, they're all good, and 2v2s. They're just they're brawls.
Yeah,
so that's going to be.
I
think there's going to be a lot of death. That's what
Lots of people will die.
Proper say, yeah.
All right, okay, so good. So let's get straight into the match. Then let's have a look.
Awesome.
So we're into the match straight away, and we are on board with the Stormcast Eternals, and they're on their way to capture their first conduit. Now, Sandy, these are really important, aren't they, the conduits? So explain to the people that are watching for the first time what a conduit is and why it's important to grab these things.
Yeah. So each map is effectively divided up into regions, and each region has a conduit in it. And the regions can be all different sizes, but there'll always only be one conduit in the region. You need to capture that conduit to start claiming command. It's like logistics for your army. So command is what you use to summon troops. And the way you do it is that you just have to have guys standing in the region. It will shrink it. And when it gets to minimum, you capture the conduit, and then the region will start growing once you've got guys in it. As you can see here, with these bolt boys, they're capturing the region and they're growing it. And as you're growing it, you get more resources. So the bigger the region size is, the more resources you get.
But interestingly, straight away, we have the Nighthawks have moved straight into one of the victory points. So these are really, really important. So there's 3 on the map here. We can see them. These are kind of like, as we're looking at, they are square depending how you look at them, but on the map, they are diamond-shaped, I guess, because it's the way they're angled.
A bit like dice,
one
might think, actually.
Almost
anyway.
Like a little
bit,
yeah. But they are really, really important because these are what affects your victory score at the top there, right?
Yeah.
So do you want to talk a little bit about the victory score and what's actually happening right now?
Absolutely. So whilst the conduits are all about resources, the victory points are how you win a game, a multiplayer game. So there's a number of victory points on each map. On this one, there's 3. You just have to walk some units up near them. You'll capture them. As long as you've captured more victory points than your opponent, you'll be draining their victory score. And the first person to 0 loses.
Well, this is actually looking pretty bleak for the Stormcast because
the Nighthawks are quite quick.
They're
a little bit quicker than the factions, but that's one of their shticks, is that they're quite numerous and quite fast.
Well, there's some contesting going over here though. So we have the Stormcast Vanguard Raptors are laying into this is the killer boss, right? He's over here. This is not a small force over here, Sandy.
No, there's quite a lot going on there. The killer boss could do some serious damage, but the Night Vexors on the other side, they're both first tier heroes. They're both powerful. There goes
and of course, the
Gutrup is getting in there.
Yeah, but the thing about the Knights, we put some buffs going in here from the killer boss, but of course the Knights Vexor can do Banner of Reforged,
They
right?
can, but there's some really good play going here. The Kruleboyz have engaged the enemy archers with their heavies. That pins them down, and they're really good against it. And then they've got their Hobgrot Slitters, their assault. They've got them onto heavies, onto this Stormcast Liberators. And it's a good matchup for the Orcs either way. But the Knight Vexor's heal is enormous.
It's enormous, and also
I can see some guys shooting some raptors.
Yeah, there you go. There's that knockback.
The end of
really
it
cool
is
animation
just
there.
Epic. So that was an interesting trade there.
Yeah, but it looks like this victory point will be going to, I think, It looks like the Stormcast, maybe only briefly though, Sandy, by the look of things here. But what's interesting to see there is obviously we saw a lot of stuff happened in that little engagement.
There's quite a lot of guys in there involved in that ruckus.
But this is great for the Stormcast. This is the mixed arms, right? This is the combined arms they're using here.
It's what they're really good at. Exactly. Who is that? Jones. He's using them correctly, which is they're supporting each other.
Yeah.
And effectively, this is a good example of how powerful abilities are. Because that hit the heel from the Knight Vexlord and it ends in a big explosion. That's powerful early on.
And now already we've seen this swap around quite nicely. So the Stormcasts have taken up 2 victory points now to 1 for the force of destruction and death. So that's interesting to see how this has played out already, and the victory score is now slowly starting to crawl back.
I have to say that's quite a fetching colour scheme.
Yes.
For these Stormcasts.
So this is one of the things we had feedback on the beta many weeks ago, Sandy, where people were like, we all look the same, but obviously we couldn't tell you then, but obviously you can customise your armies in various ways and the units as well. It's not just...
You can customise at the unit level, which is really cool. If there's particular units you want them a particular colour, make them easy to see, or just look cooler, then you can do that.
I think this is going to be another easy win here for the Stormcast. I think the Nighthaunt...
that was quite a... Well, the Knight Shroud is in there.
Knight Shroud is in there. Maybe not. And there's some backup coming in. Oh, yes, I think maybe we're losing this.
That was relatively costly, though. That was relatively costly. But in fairness, the Nighthaunts, they don't have a tier 1 heavy unit.
No.
They're a little bit brittle, so sometimes you've just got to get in there with units, even though the matchup isn't great, and use what they do have, which is numbers. There's lots of them. They've got big squads, and the squads are units, and the units tend to be a bit cheaper. There's that.
No, he's doing the work of Sigmar there.
Yeah.
That Knight's Vexlord is really
I love the Knight Vexlord.
MVP
cool.
here on this victory point, holding the line as best they can. The Annihilator's in there, taking a bit of a pounding from afar. These Bolt Boys are actually doing...
Bolt Boys are really good, and also they by default they have the ability to stealth, which you can upgrade, and it lets them teleport stealth. So they're horrific in the late game, even though they're a low-level unit. They've got good range. They do good damage.
But I think the Knight Vexlord could be lost here if he doesn't retreat. He's taken quite a few hits, but no, they've retained this victory point and they've gained back a second one.
Yeah, they've captured it. So that's interesting. That's interesting.
So as I'm flying around the map, what I'm actually doing, which is really cool, we haven't mentioned this yet, Sandy, is I'm actually using the spectator mode, which obviously we're in the game with them. So we're flicking between the different units and stuff, and I'm just flying around with you. So apologies for watching. I'm not the best at flying around, but I'm doing what I can to have a look at the map. But this is a tight match, Sandy. I mean, this is going back and forwards. This is great. But this is what the Nighthaunts excel at, right? Mass numbers. So they're going to fly in here. This will be an interesting matchup. They just saw off the Stormcast, and they're now flying hauntingly in towards the base.
I wonder if they've unlocked any tech, because the Nighthaunts have got a bunch of tech which allows them to get bonuses based on clumping units together.
So I think this is so we're going to hit in here. We have a bastion here. This is probably going to fall at this rate. I think unless the Stormcast do something, they're going to lose this conduit and the bastion on top, and that's a costly loss. Right?
It is a costly loss. The bastions against tier 1 units, bastions are very, very powerful. They're a commitment to holding the land. If a bastion, a structure has been built on a region, you can't take that region. You can shrink it, but you can't take it until the bastion's dead. So they're really good for that. This is a vision bastion, which also grants extra command. It's an ether wing roost for the Stormcast.
And these are great as well. I love the animations and stuff on this. Everything is so detailed. I love all the work.
Yeah, you've got little ether wings in there.
There's something going on here in the middle, and we have some prosecutors coming in, and I think we're going to get to see.
Look, classic mistake there for the Nighthaunts. They had 2 units of Crown Throw Graph.
However,
they didn't target the prosecutors, and they should have. They would have mauled them.
Yeah.
Because even though they're tier 2 unit, their flying units are quite vulnerable to range fire.
They've just caught.
They got bullied.
They did.
And they've lost everything because of that.
Yeah, so that's gone there. So
there was a bit of celestial barrage going on.
There was celestial barrage, and then they came in with that. I can't remember the swoop is called. You slam into the ground and stun the enemies.
Yes, they've got a supercharge basically. Yeah,
there's a hex race running through, and they've entered the fray. So these heavies. Oh dear!
Rapid fire from the Vanguard Raptors. It's good, but you've got a really nasty matchup against the Stormcast there. Their heavy unit getting mauled by the Knight of Shrouds
so they've
and the
knocked
Hex
them off
Rays.
this, yeah. So they're going to take this victory point. But the minute they need to be doing more here. What's our Uruk Crawlboy player doing? Because I've not seen much of the Uruks. They've been very quiet this match. There's a lot of effort going in here by the race, but they do have.
Oh my goodness. What is this? That's a
Marsh Crawler Slug-off, right?
Yeah, he's been chased off.
And the Stormcasts aren't being drawn off this victory point. They're
No,
sitting there.
they're just backed off a little bit out of range.
Yeah,
so
the Knights Vexor can probably heal them in a second.
some Gut Rippers.
There's some Gut Rippers coming in, so they're going to try and draw. I think they're going to try and draw
There's
the
the heal
Stormcast
from the
closer.
Vexillor.
Yeah, you can see it happening in the distance. Don't be too close to that, because it will knock back all of the.
I'm not. I don't know how this is going to turn out. That's a lot of Stormcast. Just for
And more coming in.
They need more.
This feels like a waste, but they are going to keep this victory
Well,
point.
they're cheap, right? They're Gut Rippers. They're cheap. And in fairness, they're good against ranged. So as they're joining into combat with the Raptors, they do okay.
They've done the job. They've drawn some of the Stormcasts in, and now
They're trying to wear them down.
Killbows
These
are
killbows,
actually doing a huge amount of damage from distance. So let's have a look and see how this one pans out. I don't think they're going to hold this at all. But the Knight Vexor, is he?
Wow, who's that? That's a Gut Ripper. It's a one-man Gut Rip squad running for freedom. I probably would have kept him in there.
Oh, but here comes the Killer Boss though, right? He's all straight in.
The Killer Boss is really powerful up close. If he does his hacker swing,
I was going to say, I want to see him do the hacker swing if he's going to pull it off. That's quite a powerful manoeuvre. And in comes the
Marsh Crawler. So the Marsh, there it goes.
There he
hacker
goes.
swing. It's so disruptive. But there's too much range damage going in on him. He's going down.
He's going to go down. Yeah, there he goes. Oh, but hang on a second.
Oh dear, right, that's going to be a problem. The Celestar Ballista hasn't got the range of the kill bow, but it does better area effect damage.
Yeah, and this is going to be super effective against the Uruks, right?
And they're
and we
reloading it. And
there's some Hex Rays over there. Look, if they were to communicate to each other, they should absolutely come in here.
Oh my goodness,
remove this from the battlefield. That's right for the taking.
But look, they're going to get engaged by. No, there's Liberators are coming in.
They're coming to re-support this. But they have closed. They have closed on this. This is going to be. I think.
Well, look, they've locked it down. They've locked it down, which is a good cost exchange. Even if those Gut Rippers die, the amount of damage output from the Ballista is horrific.
And their arternary is still pounding in here. But here's a cool thing as well, just to pick up on it. So obviously this
look at that. Look how cool that is.
Quite a bit of damage. So obviously one of the Stormcasters died in the battle. So this animation now adapts to the fact there's only one Stormcast here, and that they drag it along and then go back and start firing. So it's really the attention to detail here is.
Oh, where's he going?
Incredible.
He's going, I think he's probably
seen something.
Yeah.
It's like nope.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we've locked this down. There we go. They've been reinforced.
Well, look, I'm sorry, but the forces of order are starting to get punished, even though they had a consistent lead on resources. It goes to show that the Nighthawks and the Crawlboys have been bleeding them more efficiently.
You know what, Sally? I'm actually going to call this for the forces of order. I think they're doing the right thing here. They're not panicking. The score's close.
It's very close. That's a Belcher banner. So that's a Merc Knob, who's a really powerful single unit that the Aurochs get later on. Although, I mean, he's getting bogged down. So what the Force of Order need to do? Oh, they've taken the victory points back. So
this is looking. I think and with their tier 3 units, although we've got. Oh, hang on a minute.
So they're all hidden. Those Bolt Boys, and then you've got.
Okay. In the distance.
Dank Fear's on his Gnash Tooth now. That's terrifying.
And
here
comes
the
oh dear.
Trogoth.
However, what they should be doing now, the Forces of Order, is just get everyone's attention on this victory point, right? Just as long as they keep these other two, they're going to slowly claw back that score, and it's not far to claw back. But this is going to be a heck of an attack coming in, and we've got everyone involved here. I'm going to turn off the HUD and have a look at this, because this is going to be epic.
Horrific. There's a lot of damage being flung around there. People are going to start dying. So the Prosecutors on the Trogoth, that's not a good match. The Trogoth is really powerful. And the Prosecutors, they're better against getting through armor,
here comes
not
some
the
buffs.
hide.
Here comes some buffs coming in. Yeah.
But that's good. That's exactly what the Evocators need to do, although they need to be moving.
I'm surprised I've not seen Banner of Reforge or that Trogoth. Here comes the Stormdrake Guard coming in clutch at the last moment, and this could be really bad for the Uruk player as we now start seeing these heavies move straight into combat. But this, I think
I don't know. I don't know what to say. But like the Trogoth is in a good position against the Evocators. The Stormdrake in a good position.
Are we going to see the fire attack coming in here? They're all mobbed up together here. Oh, and here comes. Oh dear!
It's the boatman.
It's the boatman. Here he is. Oh, but this is everything's happening up. This is what they wanted.
Oh, okay, right. So this is actually one of the superpowers that's been activated. I think it's called the death toll. Basically, you pick an area, whichever researcher you pick an area on the map. It rings it in unholy Shishyan light, and any enemy units that are in it take damage. And if they die, you get temporary chain mail as their souls are dragged out of them.
Wow!
So it's a real big denial because you can move out of it, right? But they've got it half over a victory point.
So not only do you lose your unit, the enemy gains a unit.
Yeah, temporarily. I think it's like for
Temporarily.
about a minute you get some, and they're free. They're cheap.
Yeah.
And they're free, and they're quite mobbish. So the Lord Selison's back there fighting the Knight of Shrouds, and the Knight of Shrouds is going to die. There's a Mongol.
Oh dear!
They're chucking the kitchen sink on this.
So we have a look at the rest of the map, see how we're getting on here. But they have still maintained. Look, although they won that fight, they've done exactly what we said they were going to do. All right. I mean, I'm going to say I said it, Sandy. I called it. They kept them busy over there, and they've maintained these other 2 victory points. And now they are double the score of the Forces of Order here. Have got a healthy lead, and they just got to hold on now, right? Just got to hold these 2 victory points for a short period of time.
There's not an awful lot holding that left. Oh, no, is that a drag?
We've got Murkoff in the middle there, and we have. Yeah, I don't think this guy's going to survive. He'll fight to the last. For Sigmar, he will.
Well, he's got to, right?
He will stand to the last breath because he just needs to hold to whittle down that score. Look, it's down. So now I'm going to lose this victory point, and again, this will now flip in their favour. They will now.
Yeah,
hang on a minute.
No, the Stormcasts are doing really well.
Too little, too late here from the Nighthorn. I think the Forces of Order will prevail here. Even though when we looked at it, they were quite a way behind, Sandy, but they've used the right tactics, they've consolidated their forces, they've brought out the right tiered units, the great upgrades. Here comes the Banner of Reforged here, going to take down this foul beast before the match is over, I think.
You can see they even managed to start encroaching on the enemy's half of this particular map.
Yeah, they've taken this
and I think it's a GG.
I think it's
the
GG.
Mongols running away.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think Sigmar praised be to the Forces of Order. I think this is definitely going to be game over for our valiant attempt from literally kicked off the bridge in disgust and into the water.
Stormcast out.
Yep.
It's not much, but here's this.
Oh, here we go.
I got it. We got 2 left. We got 2 HP.
So we need
2 HP in a dream. 2 HP in a dream.
I mean, the Merknar's having a bad time, to be honest.
I think it's Jova, but we got 2 HP in a dream.
Come on, girls got to
Come on,
wax
we
it.
can't accept this. Come on.
Go is waxing.
I think that's all she wrote. As that disappears in and spins back around, it's going to be all 3 victory points to the Forces of Order and a victory.
Well done.
Indeed. GG
Sigmars.
all around. Well done to the Forces of Order. That's been a 2v2 match for the wonderful team upstairs from QA who are playing us. Congratulations to the Forces of Order. Commiserations to the Forces of Destruction and Death. There will be more of this to come. Sandy, this is really fun. We haven't done this literally our first time ever. Casting is what it is.
I've got a lot of respect for people that can watch games and comment on them because a lot happens in a really short amount of time.
A lot happens. But all this will be available to all of you when the game launches in November. You'll be able to play 2v2s, 1v1s. You can play against the AI, you can play with your friends. All that sort of good stuff is going to be in there. Spectator mode, I was using it really badly. It was my first time. I'm very new at doing that sort of stuff, but can't wait to see players sort of casting over each other's games and how those games will play out. It's really, really exciting to watch these matches. So Sandy, thank you very, very much. I'm sure we'll see you again for another one of these.
I want to because I want to
stop touching the
fairy tale. It's amazing.
We'll see you in the next one. Bye all.
Take it easy.